I'm Oral Hershiser, and I am on the Blue Review.
A little bit of a shorter intro today. Yeah, we welcome to the Blue Review presented by LAX. We get lasers because the Dodgers finish off a sweep of the Colorado Rockies. They have now won 5 in a row, 12 of 14, I think is where we are right now with the Dodgers in this current streak that they are on. A little bit of a late start because I peeked behind the curtain. Greg, we were spending our time this morning, and we'll get into it maybe a little later, looking up Alec Thomas stats to no avail.
No. Yeah, we didn't actually look up Alec Thomas stats because they don't exist past May 7th, and I don't understand why, but we'll get into that in a little bit.
We will get into that and a whole lot more. Get into last night's ball game as well. The Dodgers a 4-1 winner over the Rockies. But first, I want to let you know the Blue Review is presented by LAX. The next time you're heading to LAX, look up. You'll see the future of airport travel in action as the new all-electric Skylink People Mover train is undergoing testing. For more information, visit lawa.org/ESPN. Let's get to last night out at Dodger Stadium. As I mentioned, a 4-1 win as the Dodgers finish off a sweep of the Rockies, continue to stay hot. And it was another Shohei night. It was two-way Shohei. He goes 6 innings, does give up the 1 run, but no hits. And he starts the game with a home run. It amazes me, Greg, that even when it doesn't feel like Shohei is right, that Shohei is still amazing.
There's not enough words to say about Shohei. It's insane what he does. And the fact is, he was mad at himself. He was angry after the game, which, I mean, I understand. He was wild. He wasn't as effective as he normally is on the mound. And, I don't know. He just went 6 innings and he lowered his ERA. So, well, actually, he actually higher.
No, it went up.
It was earned.
The ERA went up, but I think the whip went down. So to make that make sense.
I mean, it might not have because you had the walks.
Yeah, you did have a couple walks and hit batter
by pitch. So so that all that stuff went up, which he gave up no hits, but he did give up a run. So he's mad at himself. And those 3 walks were a little bit frustrating. He didn't have command of his fastball, and he still went 6 innings no hit. And that was a bad Shohei outing, and he still was amazing, and he still hits home runs. It's wild.
It is absolutely wild. So another good night for Shohei, even if he didn't necessarily feel it was up to his standard. I did watch after the game, Will Smith sort of admitting that he was wild in the zone, but that's the point. He was still in and around the strike zone. He was still getting swing and miss. 7 strikeouts, I think it was, for Shohei last night. Just another solid night for him. Another solid night for Andy Pages. And 48 hours ago, you were ready to make the number 2 spot your villain for the season. 48 hours later, do we have a new number 2 hitter for the Dodgers?
The number 2 spot villain said, I can't contain what Andy Pages does. So Andy Pages overcomes the two spot curse and has been, through 2 games at least, has been everything that you would want from a number 2 hitter behind Shohei. He's driving in runs. He's hitting home runs. He's getting on base consistently. Andy Pages has been fantastic. I believe he has 50 RBIs on the season.
Yes.
And we're 50 some games into the season. He's been everything you could possibly ask for this year. He's going to be an all-star like we talked about yesterday. He's on pace for a Gold Glove. This could be the year of the Biblioteca.
Could be. Andrew Biblioteca. This could be your year. The way he's playing, it's been amazing, and it's been a lot of fun to watch. Another home run last night. As you mentioned, 50 RBI. We are still in the month of May for a couple more days, so a chance to continue to add to that in just the first couple of months of the season. There you see it. First player to reach 50 RBI in the season. It has been just a magical year so far for Andy Pages, and hopefully he can keep that going because it's been great to see.
And it's every part of the lineup too, Marcus, was what's crazy about it. Like you put him in the 2 spot, he's hitting he has RBIs. You put him in the 7 spot, he's still getting runs across the board. Put in 8, it doesn't matter where you throw him in the lineup. He's just consistent and goes about his business, and he's a dangerous hitter now where we talk about lengthening of the lineup, right? This is what he does all the time. This just pushes the lineup out further and further because it's not okay. All right, we got to breathe a little bit because Andy Pages is going to swing at that pitch, that swiper down at his knees. He lets it go now. He's a completely different hitter than he was last year, and I just hope it keeps up because he's fantastic.
That's the thing. It's like now it's just a matter of trying to maintain this. And look, I don't know that you maintain it. He's hitting 303, right? Which would be phenomenal if he continues to hit over 300 all year long. But I just want to see the consistency. Every once in a while he will lapse back into that Andy Pages who will chase one way out of the zone. But I think the change has come that he has been a lot more disciplined at the plate. And because of that, he's seeing a lot more strikes. And when he gets strikes, he's generally not missing them. And that has been, I think, the biggest change in Andy Pages from this year versus past years.
So, yeah, totally agree with you. There's pitches that he would be wildly swinging at. And you could get him, you can get him outside, and you can get him high, and he's not swinging at those pitches this year.
He's not chasing anymore. It's been great. Let's get to the bad news because the injury bug seems to be flying around Dodger Stadium the last couple of nights. A couple nights ago, it was Kike Hernandez with the oblique injury after he had just returned from an IL stint and was on fire at the plate. So we lose Kike Hernandez for an unspecified amount of time as we wait for the oblique to rehab. And now it's Teoscar Hernandez who goes down. And I think everybody saw it pretty much immediately, right? He's trying to beat out a ground ball. Immediately he reaches for his left hamstring as he crosses first base. And there was a collective, oh no. Probably some stronger words used than that I can't say on this show right now. But Teo now going to the injured list, which it stinks. Obviously, you never want injuries, but especially because, Greg, he was really turning it around. I mean, after a tough start to the season, Teo was hitting lately. And so to lose that bat at this point really, really hurts. Yeah, I think you might be muted, Greg. I'm not sure. They're the chat is saying they can't hear you, so we'll work on that.
But you can hear me.
I can hear you,
Timothy. So I full transparency. I hit a button and I went out of the room, and I came back into the room. So it must have just muted me when I came back in. But basically, I was just saying that it's so rough to see that he's on a 7-game hitting streak. He's looked great. He looks like Teo again. And so this is the absolute worst time for this to happen. It's always bad timing, but Teo's looking like Teo again, and he looks like the guy he was 2 years ago when he first got here. So it's just sad to see him go down, and now becomes who comes up in his spot.
Right, which gets us back to the start of the show when we were just a tad bit late coming up and joining you this morning because we were trying to figure out what exactly Alek Thomas is doing down in the Arizona Complex League. And despite our best efforts this morning, we can't find any stats on Alek Thomas. Zero stats. No matter where you look, we can't find any Alek Thomas stats. He is one of the candidates, though, to come up to Los Angeles in the wake of the Teo injury. We talked about it last night in the chat. We talked about it a little bit this morning. Alek Thomas is a possibility. Ryan Ward is a possibility. Tyler Fitzgerald, also a possibility. I guess a long shot possibility also would be James Tibbs III, but because he's not on the 40-man roster, that one seems unlikely. I don't know if you have an order in which you think they will come up or an order of preference, but those seem to be the names on the table.
So, I mean, I think it really depends on how long Teo is going to be down for. If he's going to be down for a long time and they want to give someone runway, I think they will find some way, because you can do it. I don't know how they do it, but the 40-man roster can be manipulated. They can figure out ways to do it, whether you DFA somebody with like a pitcher or somebody to get them off, somebody that's on the 40-man roster that they don't really like see being somebody they're going to have long term. Like maybe it's Alec Thomas, who they just got from Arizona, that's in the ACL, like we're talking about, or it could be somebody else. I don't know who it's going to be. But then if you do that, if you get rid of one of them, then you can bring James Tibbs or a Zach Earhart, who's a right-handed bat opposed to the left-handed bat of James Tibbs. There's a couple of other guys that it could possibly be. I think Ryan Ward is probably the most likely to come up if they want, unless they want the defense of Alec Thomas. That's another guy that we were talking about, because he is a good defender, but he is not good at the plate. He's pretty terrible at the plate, actually. That's why Arizona the Diamondbacks were like, you can take
you can go.
But I think for the most part, it's going to be Alex Call that you're going to see a lot of in left field. You're also going to see Haesung Kim, who you saw yet last night in left field and who made a very nice catch.
Yeah.
His speed showed in the outfield, being able to get to that ball and out of play, and he caught it. Like, that was really nice. But if they want to bring up someone, I don't know. I don't know where you lie, but I would love to see James Tibbs. I just would like to see him. I don't think it's going to be him from the 40-man, but you can get rid of somebody if you feel that James Tibbs with a long runway would be better.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see Tibbs just because I want to see what he can do. After having a phenomenal spring, he got off to an incredible start. I haven't checked on his numbers lately down in OKC.
So, I got him here if you want him. So
okay, sure.
He has 12 home runs, 38 RBIs. He has struck out 60 times. He has a 308 batting average and over 1,000 OPS. And he has 16 doubles and 2 triples. So he's hitting the ball well over the last 7 days, if you want to do it that way. He is 6 for 21 with a home run and 3 RBIs for a 286.
All right. So still having a good season down there in Oklahoma City. I saw in the chat the kid saying, I guess this is a Tulsa Blue review. If we're gonna do that, I think we call it the drill bits, since they're the Tulsa Drillers. We can call it drill bits.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. I just feel, speaking of Tulsa, I just feel bad for I'm blanking. Kendall George in Tulsa.
Oh,
George's fault, and just sucked dog.
yeah, it's kind of been a point of conversation on at least suspended the Bat Dog program, because it's all fun and games until a prospect gets hurt.
Right.
In the end of the day, the dog is a dog.
Right.
The dog is going to do dog type things.
You say dog get bat, dog gets bat.
Yeah. So, you feel for Kendall George, you feel for the dog, but you always sort of knew that there was also going to be some sort of repercussions for this happening, especially again with a high level prospect getting hurt over something like that was always going to be a problem. Anyway.
Back to Teo.
Back to Teoscar Hernandez and his hamstring right now. So my suspicion is that it's going to be Ryan Ward. I think that's probably where they go. I think they stay on the 40-man roster. I think they don't really want to have to try and manipulate the 40-man or anything like that too much more. Just I think partially because you don't want to have to do that in case there are more injuries. You don't want them to be, but you also have to sort of prepare yourself for that. And so I think that sort of prevents Tibbs at the moment from coming on up.
Does this change anything for you that Ryan Ward over the last 15 days, so the last 2 weeks, he's 7 of 45 and he struck out 13 times? Like his OPS is 482.
Yeah.
It's not great. I mean,
Not great.
I mean, if you look at Tyler Fitzgerald, who's an infielder, so I don't know. I mean, he probably can play infield and outfield. He is batting 349 over the last 2 weeks, so he's been hitting the ball well and has 3 home runs. Jack Sawinski, but his also not on the 40-man, but has been hitting the ball pretty well. It just seems like if you're going to bring somebody up in that sense, it would probably be Fitzgerald probably Ward just because of who he is, but he hasn't been hitting well. If he's not hitting well in AAA, he's not going to hit well in in the majors, and he doesn't have a great glove. So, I mean, it sounds the most likely, but it also, I just don't see it. I mean, maybe Alec Thomas, but again,
well,
we don't know what he's doing.
We don't know what he's doing. We can't really vet. We believe
Where's
he's
Bruce
in the
Kuntz?
Arizona Complex League, but he might be in the shadow zone, the shadow realm, for all we know. We have no idea what exactly Alec Thomas is doing. We know obviously he's had major league experience. I can tell you that what he did in Arizona this year was not great. 28 games, just hit 181, 2 home runs. 10 runs batted in, did steal 4 bases in 28 games. So he does bring that speed element. And that's kind of, I think, the main thing there for Alec Thomas.
Yeah, good outfielder, good glove.
But not much at the plate, which, I think automatically slots him. Let's just game this out. If he's up, he's your number 8 hitter, your number 9 hitter. I would almost say put him in the 8th spot, because I'd rather have somebody that I feel more confident can get on base ahead of Shohei than Alec Thomas.
It's probably an Alex Freeland at 9 or even Hesson Kim. But yeah, it just stinks because we go back to the days of who was the guy that played third base a little bit, came from Toronto? Was it another son?
Kevin Biggio.
We're back to the Kevin Biggios, and that just kind of hurts. PK was the perfect guy in the 9 spot. He was doing so well down there. And it just injury after injury.
Bubba Holmberg asking a question that I think my dad had asked too. Can they bring Espinal back? Can the DFA be rescinded or something?
So I guess it could be, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know the rules on that. It can be once he has to go through once you're DFA'd, you have to go through a process, and then if he's not picked up by somebody, I guess you could bring him back.
Always bring him back. I have yet to hear of Santiago Espinal being picked up, being claimed by anybody. So theoretically, he's still a free agent at the moment. At the same time,
I would rather see if they don't believe in Alec Thomas, I would like to see him go. I would like to say, let DFA him. You didn't really do much to get him. He's not somebody that's going to be a long part of your future. It's somebody that was struggling in Arizona for a long time. So if they don't believe in him, and he's in the Arizona Complex League because they just don't believe he should be in AAA, and you don't want to bring him up, then DFA him and bring up one of these other guys. I would let them see an Earhart or a Tibbs so we can see him, especially if it's going to be a long runway. I think that could be one of the better moves. We just don't know what they're thinking.
Yeah, that's sort of it. I know after the game last night, Dave Roberts said that a lot of the early testing for Teo came back optimistic. That obviously there's an injury, there's an IL stint coming. That part is going to be sort of unavoidable. But a lot of the early tests he responded well to. Believe he's going to have an MRI today, so we're going to find out more about that. So, we'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it is not a long-term thing, that he's going to be back really, really soon. Because Greg, we still haven't seen. I don't think we've seen this lineup really at full strength so far this season. Mookie was hurt for a while. He's still not, I think, playing his best baseball. I think he'd admit that. Now Teo is out. I don't think we have seen this Death Star fully operational yet this season.
No, I don't think we have either. And it doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon either, because Tommy Edman did play on Tuesday for AAA. So he's on his way back. But even then, that, so you're not full until he's back. And now maybe that could be in the next couple of weeks. They're not going to rush him back. But until Kike's back and Teoscar, when Teoscar and Edman are back, that's when it kind of feels full to me. It has not been. And yet they're still in first place. They're still the third best team in all of baseball, according to the record. They still have the highest run differential. They are playing the best ball of any team in baseball, you can argue, and it's not being full.
Right, and that's without them having all of their guys, right? We talk about this on the hitting side. We're still waiting for Blake Snell to come back. We're still waiting for Glass now. We're still waiting for Edwin Diaz to come back, right? So there's still a lot of guys that are coming back. Meanwhile, the Dodgers have pushed their lead to 3.5 games over the Padres after they were swept. 3.5 now after they got swept by the Phillies down in San Diego.
I got 4.5.
Really?
Yeah, 4.5 because the Diamondbacks won. They've won 9.
Oh, you're right. You are correct. Yes, I had not refreshed my my baseball reference page. So yeah, 4.5 over both the Padres and the Diamondbacks. So remember just like a week ago, Padre fans were throwing parades because they were
took that half-game lead for a moment.
They took a half-game lead,
and now they're in third.
They were having a parade through the gas lamp district and stuff down there. It was like a whole thing. I saw it on the internet. The internet never lies to me. So the Diamondbacks have sort of, taken advantage of the Giants to close the gap a little bit on the Dodgers there. So we'll see. I know it's an off day today, which I think comes at a good time with a lot of guys just sort of banged up and needing a day off and a little bit of rest. I know we'll talk about it tomorrow with Anthony Witrano, but this is a big series coming up with the Phillies this weekend.
They've been playing really well. They just swept the Padres, so they've been playing really well. We do miss Christopher Sanchez because he pitched last night, and that's a great thing for the Dodgers. But this is another test that they're going to have to go through, this early season test. They just won the one against the Padres. They took 2 or 3, and then they took 2 or 3 from the Brewers in a big matchup on the road. And now you got the Phillies coming here. That is another big matchup because Phillies have been hot. They went from being like 12, 13 games below 500 to now being above 500 by a couple of games after sweeping the Padres. So it's going to be a good matchup. It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. So we will dive into that coming up starting tomorrow, again, with Anthony Witrano. A couple of notes. I will be on Mason and Ireland again.
Big show for you today.
Big show. We'll be out in Chino for the opening of Oral Hershiser Chevrolet. So if you are in the area, definitely come on out, say hi. We'll be on from noon to 3. It'll be me and Beto Duran. So definitely come by, say hi. Would love to see you out there. But should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that one as well. So yeah,
you should mention some of the guests that are going to be out there.
It's
pretty crazy. So what the people that are going to be out there for Oral Hershiser are going to be, there's going to be Oral obviously.
Yes.
Jaime Herrin is going to be there. Ramon Martinez, Joe Kelly, Mike Scioscia, Mickey Hatcher, Robert Ory's even going to be out there. Jack Pierre, who's on the IL, is going to be out there also. So there's going to be a lot of former Dodgers that you want to see. You get to see Big Shot Bob that comes out there. I'm going to go hang out with you guys. I don't think I'm maybe not so much on air because of all these guests, but I'm going to be out there hanging out. So come on out to Chino. Be out there for Oral Hershiser, this grand opening of the Chevy dealership.
Should be a whole lot of fun. Looking forward to it. So, we'll be on from noon to 3. So come on by if you're in the area. Would love to see you. In the meantime, that'll wrap it up for this edition of the Blue Review presented by LAX. Thanks to everybody in the chat, as always, for hanging out. Thanks to Tim for production assistance. Stick around. Sedano and Cat Morning Extravaganza coming up right after us. But for Greg, I am Marcus. We'll be back here tomorrow, 6:30, 6:55 on the ESPN LA YouTube channel.
See ya. Yeah.